Okay, so I was going to make a response video to UTF's most recent video on his most recent reincarnation of his channel, but as you all know, and I'm sure everyone who watches my channel is pretty much familiar with the most recent drama with UTF, he deleted his channel before I got the chance to, so I'm just going to be basically making a summary response to his most recent video and the overall drama that has happened with UTF since he has come back briefly and then left again. Um, so I think I really just want to talk about the fact that, UTF is claiming that Damien Skyfire and everyone who is criticizing him, he's accusing him and all of us of being either obsessed or stalkers pretty much, or just a bunch of bastards with no lives. And I just want to say, John, you knew exactly what you were doing when you uploaded that 17-second video to your channel that you decided to start back up. You knew exactly what you were doing, and you knew exactly the type of reaction you were going to get. Okay? I love how you're trying to play like, it's like I've said, like I've been saying recently, you're trying to go the Onision route. You do something, you get an inevitable response that you know that you're going to get, and when you get that response, you claim that everyone who is criticizing you is obsessed with you, or or they're just a bunch of bastards with no lives, or, just whatever else. And then when someone, being Damien Skyfire, makes a few videos of you and, gets a substantial amount of views because you were at one point a fairly decent-sized channel, not like ginormous or anything, but 44,000 subscribers is a pretty big number to some people, to a lot of people on here. So you were once a channel with a fairly large audience, and you make an indirect response to Damien's video, and to Damien in general, and you try to make him out to be, you try to insinuate that he was triggered by your 17-second video, when really all Damien was doing was, he made literally a 2-word comment saying, "called it," because he predicted that you were going to come back. He predicted that you were going to come back, and sure enough, you did. You're so predictable, John. I know you probably think, you like to think that you aren't, but you really are. Everyone predicted that you were going to come back. Hell, I even doubted it for like a second, but I was like, you know what? I bet he's going to come back eventually because he just can't handle not being in the spotlight. And it seems that you can't handle not being in the spotlight. It's funny because you claim to be, you look back on your YouTube career, and you said that you didn't know if you could call it a career or not. Maybe not a career in the traditional sense where you go out and make money and make a life for yourself off of a career that you've built up for yourself. But you gained, like I said, you gained a fairly large audience. You gained a substantial amount of subscribers, and that's a lot. That's more subscribers than a lot of people can hope to gain in their time on YouTube. So I would say maybe it's not a career necessarily, but you could say it's a YouTube career in the sense that it's sort of a milestone that you achieved at one point. So in that sense, you could say it's a career, but you've pointed out many times how you're ashamed of your past, or if you're not ashamed of your past, you look down on it pretty much, and it's not a fond memory of yourself to look back on, and you could really care less about. You look down upon, and you look down upon the people that you used to be friends with. They're all beneath you. Your former friends are beneath you. Everyone else, everyone else is beneath you. Even your former fans are beneath you. YouTube is beneath you. This whole entire platform and everything it encompasses pretty much is beneath you, but yet you keep coming back to it. And why is that, John? If it's all so beneath you, if you have such a great life outside of YouTube now, then why do you keep coming back? No one wants you back, John. No one wants you back. This time when you came back, there was hardly any fanfare except for us coming to criticize you because we called what you were going to do and you did it. And you were being the same you know, pretentious, windbag, narcissistic, just typical asshole self. You know, you come back, you know, and here's another thing. You can't, as far as like you trying, you didn't say it necessarily, if I remember correctly, but you pretty much insinuated that Damien Skyfire was leeching off your name. You are a hypocrite if you try to use that card, buddy. Because I remember on your old channel, you made videos about PewDiePie. I believe it was your most viewed video. You made videos about PewDiePie, Shane Dawson, Sean's View, all channels that had way more subscribers than you, and videos that got a lot of attention. So I would be, you know, I would guess, I mean, I know that you got a lot of your subscribers from like other YouTubers who promoted you and whatnot, but I would say you gained some subscribers from doing those videos as well, from doing videos on PewDiePie and Shane Dawson and, again, Sean's View Entertainment and all these other channels. That other channel, I forget what it was called, but he was kind of like another Shane Dawson-esque person. Craft Nation or something like that. But, I mean, so you made videos on much bigger content creators and gained a lot of views off those content creators, so you are a hypocrite to even use that card against Damien. And the only, like, you say that Damien is obsessed with you. Damien has uploaded, I think, like, over 200 videos. He has a few hundred videos on his channel, and like what, 6 or 7 videos are dedicated to you? I mean, how much of an ego do you have to have? I mean, I get it, dude, like you had a fair amount of subscribers back in the day, but you weren't that big, you know? And it's not like Damien Skyfire was going like the Joy Sparkle BS route where he just uploads like hundreds and hundreds of video solely about you every day for weeks on end, for months on end. Like a fraction, like Damien said, a fraction amount of his videos are dedicated to you, a very small fraction. That's hardly obsessed. And the only reason he made videos about you was because it was pertinent to what you were doing at the time. He made 2 videos about you from like, what, 3-4 years ago that you just got around to responding to a year ago, or however long ago it was. And the only reason he made those string of videos on you last year and this time is because of shit that you're doing now. Or that you were doing. Coming back, being a fucking asshole to everybody, and then leaving. Like, seriously, dude, if you have such a great life, why not just stay gone? If you, you know, if everyone is beneath you, every one of you, all your former friends, your former fans, everyone, YouTube, you know, and all of social media, if all of it's beneath you, why can't you stay away? Why can't you just stay away, John? Because no one wants you back. No one wants you back. And, you know, you're so quick to you know, put off, you know, any sort of criticism that people give you. You will deflect back onto them and claim that they're the problem, that they're the bastards. When really at the end of the day, John, the truth is that you are just a bitter, narcissistic, arrogant, pretentious, just scummy, disgusting, douchebag, asshole of a person with a $5 vocabulary that you love to throw around to make yourself look philosophical and intelligent, when really, you just come off like the biggest twat in the room. So, you know, again, no one was asking for this. No one wanted you back. You knew exactly what you were doing when you uploaded that 17-second video. And when you get the reaction that you want, you claim that everybody's obsessed with you. Again, same thing that Onision would do. But I don't know, John. It's just that, you know, I've encountered people like you, whether it be online or in real life, and you all are the same. You all feel that your word, your thoughts, your opinions are gospel, and anything that disagrees with them, anyone that disagrees with you, any spoken word that disagrees with you is, you know, unsagacious or whatever fucking pretentious $5 word you would use to describe their argument or criticism, you know, or elsewise. You know, people like you, like I said, people like you at the end of the day are just bitter, miserable people who have little to no social life outside of social media or outside of YouTube in this case. And, you know, and you're just bitter because of that. Because you don't have, you barely have any people around that you can call a friend or that you care about or that you can talk to. I mean, it's like, you know, Damien put it perfectly. I mean, it's pure projection on your part. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I really wanted to say. And I guess really the reason that I'm making this video and the reason that I've really included myself in all this UTF drama in the first place is because, much like a lot of other people on here, sorry about that, I used to be a huge fan of this guy. Like back in, you know, 2012, 2013, 2014, I used to think this guy was just like one of the greatest YouTubers on the platform. I mean, I used to think this guy was, I mean, I used to think he was, as corny as this sounds, I used to think he was a genius. You know, I really liked his content, I liked his rants, I related to a lot of the videos that he made, especially videos he would make about, you know, how he had Asperger's syndrome or autism, because I also have Asperger's syndrome. And, you know, some of the more political videos, you know, his videos about, like, you know, gay rights and gay marriage and stuff like that really spoke to me as, you know, a teenager in high school who was still in the closet and very insecure. So, I mean, I enjoyed a lot of his content, and I really, I guess, sort of, you know, looked up to him. He was kind of one of the inspirations for me turning on a camera and doing these videos myself. So, it's just disappointing at the end of the day to see someone that you used to admire so much, you know, fall so low and just turn into this bitter shell of a person that they once were. And you know, John, I'm not perfect by any means, but claiming that you were never friends with people that you were once obviously friends with, that's pretty fucking cold. That's pretty fucking cold and callous. Like, that, I mean, shit, like, especially with, like, with Justin. I mean, like, I've only spoken with Justin a few times. I don't know the guy that well. But every time I've spoken to him, he has always been super friendly to me, super welcoming, you know, especially, like, at the time when I was probably a little nervous. I mean, he was very, very open, very friendly, very nice to me, and seems like a good dude just in general. So I don't know what the fuck he ever did to piss you off. And then to claim that he was never your friend, I mean, you are just I mean, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but you are just a fucking bitter asshole. That's all you are. You want to claim it's everybody else, but it's fucking you, John. It's fucking you. You are just a bitter, miserable, arrogant person who thinks that your opinions and your words are just gospel. And anyone else who disagrees with you is either just, you know, a bastard with no life, obsessed with you, apparently, a stalker, or apparently akin to Richard Spencer or Alex Jones. Yeah, you compared Damien Skyfire to Richard Spencer. Are you serious? I mean, I mean, the expression, you know, the expression of that person pulled it right out of their ass, that is an example of that expression if I've ever heard one. Damien Skyfire and Richard Spencer, really? Yeah, you know, I mean, I remember when I was, you know, I tuned into one of Damien Skyfire's videos, and he was giving a sermon about, you know, opening up a white, you know, making a white ethno-state, a peaceful cleansing, you know, borderline praising Hitler, you know, I mean, doing the Nazi salute, and just, you know, I mean, I remember we had a mutual jerk-off session to our swastikas and whatnot. I mean, yeah, I remember that totally, you know. And then Alex Jones, I think you also compared Damien to Alex Jones, which is, I don't fucking get, but hey, at least Alex Jones is entertaining to listen to from time to time, but I'm sure if John heard that, he would get triggered as well by that. So, But anyways, I mean, I think that's really all I have to say. I find it funny. I mean, and I'm sure that John will be back soon. And who knows, maybe he'll see this video and he'll comment and he'll tell me the same thing, that I'm some, some stalker or obsessive person with no life outside of YouTube or whatever, when really I'm willing to bet that I'm much more happier and satisfied with my life outside of YouTube than John is, because if John had such a great life and was so satisfied with his life outside of YouTube, he wouldn't keep coming back. Like, make no mistake about it, John, people want you gone. No one wants you back. I'd be willing to bet that most of your fan base has already moved on. You made such a show of quitting so many times, made such a show of quitting and retiring. Like, Damien says that you said that you were going to leave for good. You claim that you never said that. Regardless of which it is, you made a show of leaving many times. You said that you were going to leave and that you didn't need this platform, you didn't need all this drama at all, that it's all beneath you, and that you were going to leave. So, John, leave. Be a man of your word and leave. Stay gone. It's clear no one wants you to come back. Like, I agree with Damien. It's a better site without you. We can use less, bitter, miserable, angry, arrogant, douchey, narcissistic jerks on this platform. So, anyways, I think that's all I have to say. So, let me know what you guys think. And I'll be back at you guys soon with more content. So, peace, and you guys have a good day.